So you were able to figure some things out where you could go to a nightclub and meet the hottest girl there and take her out from there, maybe on a date, or take her back to your place without showing up in a Lamborghini.
Yeah, for sure. Because what is money is an attraction trigger. So there's a few attraction triggers when it deals with money. There's money itself. There are some women who are totally transactional, and money in and of itself is an attraction trigger. But secondarily, money, the ability to make money or the ambition to make money is also attractive to women. Okay. And then the competency to make money is also attractive to women. So, but these are three different things. This is why women will generally pick the like 5th year law student, the 5th year associate, as opposed to picking the plumber. Even though the plumber might make more money in the short run, there's plumbers out there that make a lot of money. The 5th year associate, in her mind, she sees him as being more ambitious and having more of a possibility to make more money. So she's going to choose that guy instead. Same thing with the resident at the hospital, the MD resident. That women are going to choose that guy who is, so number one, it's the guy with money. Number two, it's the guy who has the ability to make money, right? So the money itself, the ability to make money. And then lastly, the guy who's like a really good bet, right? The guy who has the potential to make a whole lot of money. So those three things are what women choose for, because the third one shows like a level of competency, which is attractive to women. And so those are just one type of attraction trigger. Well, other types of attraction triggers can be pre-selection, leader of men, protector of loved ones, having a willingness to walk away, having abundance. These are attraction triggers that men can generate with women. Social hierarchy and social status. These are incredible things that work with women. I'll tell you right now, I'm in a relationship now, but the number of women, like when they tell me that they watch every episode of my podcast, the idea, like they're going to go on a date with me. It's not very difficult. When girls go on and they look at your IG and they follow every one of your stories, what are you doing? You're showing passively your level of status, and she's actively following you. If you were to ask one of those girls out, it would do absolutely fantastic. And so I teach guys how to be what's considered a local celebrity. What local celebrity means is like a 10 out of 10 celebrity is like The Rock or Lionel Messi or Barack Obama or Donald Trump. This is a 10 out of 10 celebrity. And a 0 celebrity is like, elementary school teacher or janitor who does not have any social media. I want you to get to like a 2 or 3 or a 4 local celebrity. And what that means is, so when you go out, let's say you were going to go out in Vegas, I want you to be the guy that every GM of every nightclub at least knows your face. Every hot girl in the city has seen you at least because of your social media. It doesn't take a ton to do that, by the way. Every time you go to a restaurant, the GM or the manager comes and greets you at the door. Every time you go to a nightclub, you easily walk in. This is called like a local level of celebrity. And this is something I teach guys how to have in my course. When you do so, what I want you to do is to get just to the point to where when it's Jay's birthday party, every girl's like, I got to be at Jay's birthday party. Can't miss Jay's birthday party. Just that level of local celebrity. And it's not difficult to teach you how to do it using social media, concepts of pre-selection, mate choice copying, understanding concepts when it comes to hierarchies and status, just doing small, subtle things when it comes to value arbitrage, getting people to talk about themselves. There's all these little, I don't want to call them tricks because they're actually evolutionary adaptations that humans have, but understanding all these small adaptations, which then leads to you being a higher status individual.
For those that don't know in the audience, if you haven't followed Michael before, he does have his own podcast and you can follow him. And apart from hosting some really big events like huge bikini competitions, he's created a men's coaching program to help men level up their lives in several factors. Number one, your social dynamics with women. Number two, your social media game. Number three, your finances in your lives, and teaching men to be better men. And so he calls it the Men of Action program is what you run. That's kind of a brief summary. Anything deeper you want to go on that?
No, I mean, that's pretty accurate. So we're going to teach you, like if you were to join the course, I would teach you how to level up your networking, your communication skills. I would teach you how to level up your leadership skills and your skills with dating. You would be the guy that everyone in your group comes to meet their boyfriend or their girlfriend. You'd be the person in your group everyone comes to meet their employee or employer, their sponsor, or any kind of tradesman. You're the person, like when I need a good lawyer, when someone needs a good lawyer, you're the guy that they're going to come to for the good lawyer. You're the one with the best book recommendations. You're the connector in your social hub. You're going to be that connector. When people come to Vegas and say, I got a guy, they're talking about me. I'm the guy that they got who's going to get them into the right spot or connect them with the right people. You're the one. I mean, it could be as much as like connecting the real estate agent to the guy trying to buy a house. One time I was connecting this one playmate to the guy who runs a nightlife group because she wanted a bottle service job, or you're connecting the guy who just started a business with a copywriter. Like, you're the one who's connecting these people together. And in doing so, you have two people and they see themselves as 8s, and and then you're the one who connected them. Guess how they imbue you? They imbue you with 8. Does that make sense? You're 8, even though your status may be a 3, they're going to imbue you. They're going to think you're an 8. It's a Euclidean geometry. If A equals B and B equals C, then that means C equals A. And so that's what will happen.
What I find funny about that rating system, right? So when Michael says an 8, he's talking about a really high level guy because he's frequently can be seen with Ty Lopez, Wes Watson, Grant Cardone, and some of the most famous people in the world. So what you maybe think of an 8 might be different than what Michael thinks.
Yeah. Well, by the way, when I say these numbers, I don't mean like your opinion. What I mean is, like, let's just say for a woman who's an 8, what that means is we're going to stratify like 10 million social media accounts. And then where does she rank in that? If she's in the top 20th percentile, then that would mean she's an 8. It means she's better looking than 80% of women out there. It's like when women say Ryan Gosling is mid. Look it up if you don't believe me. There's women out there that say Ryan Gosling is mid. Well, if I were to take Ryan Gosling's photos, especially the photos of him with no shirt on, and I were to stratify that amongst 10 million men, Ryan Gosling is going to be in the top 1%. So Ryan Gosling is like objectively a 9.9 or a 10. I'm not saying that I find him attractive. I'm just telling you, I know that his photos are more attractive than my photos, and then more attractive than most guys I know. So he's going to be at that 9.8, 9.9 level objectively. So when we talk about success, we can do the same thing. You know, of like most successful guy, 10 being Elon Musk, we can all stratify our way through all these different positions and then just say, I'm dealing with a guy who, you know, he has a $500 million nightlife group. So I'm going to call this guy like an 8 or an 8.5, you know, out of 10. And then, you know, you can imbue people with status that way. I know I'm not saying the only way to judge people is by the amount of money they make in their looks, but I do think a great way to judge people is by their level of intellect, their ability to communicate, and their skill set when it comes to making money. Not the money they have, but the skill set they have or the skill set they can teach. To me, that is something where I actually would think it's a good idea to rate people.